Boy Just Tim, and thank y'all for tuning in to Kareem on the Stream. We have a very special guest in the building, man. The alpha male himself, the one and only David Lloyd Marcus. Give it up. What's going on with you, bro?
Thanks for having me, man. I'm feeling good.
My man. Now look, I seen the AKA Dr. Ouch. You gotta tell me who the hell is Dr. Ouch.
Well, Dr. Ouch has become my pen name. It started as just my first book, but I just noticed my brand and my material was just kind of raw. Anybody that's seen my content, it doesn't matter what genre, it's gonna be raw and in your face and kind of like truth hurts. So that's where the Dr. Ouch come from, but it's healing in the truth.
It's healing in the truth. I like that, man. Let's dig right into it, man. Off top, look, Dr. Ouch, book received many reviews, man. Like it's good and and controversial, right?
Controversial, yeah.
What was the concept around your first book? As far as Ouch, This May Hurt.
So the first book was birthed kind of because I think Like a Man was kind of out around that time, or it came out, and so I'm seeing a lot of content, and it's kind of a lot of this, men are like this, men are like that, and I'm like, and not knocking it, but watching it, it seemed more like an uncle or a father talking to daughters about how men should be. And what they should want from a man. But it wasn't really like explaining to me male behavior like in its rawest form, like what are men really like.
Didn't feel relatable.
It didn't feel relatable to me, like, and it didn't feel like you could give it to a woman to me where they understood us. So I said, what if it was a book where somebody just told the truth, like it was in the barbershop, like it was a brother or best friend talking, and then let you decide what you want to do with the information, but at least know how it really is, how he really feels about scenarios and possibilities. And that's what made me decide to write Ouch, This May Hurt. And then I noticed, I said, okay, I had to come up with a title or perspective that I was writing it from. So I wouldn't kind of just put men in a pot, but I'm just saying, that's why I said an alpha male perspective, but I described that guy. I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you from the guy's point of view that that don't have a problem with getting women, that don't have a problem, like that kind of has that it factor, and let you tell how he moves and why he might respond the way he responds to things, even though it's gonna be a lot of similarities between men. But I didn't want people saying not all men, so that's why I'm like, cool, I'm gonna wipe that out right away.
Exactly.
I'm just saying a type and let anybody else like as the shoe fits.
I think you gave a very good like description of what it really is from our side, right? And I think that some women appreciated it, right? And there was others, like I seen one review, she was mad at you.
I felt like it was somebody. The way she went into so much detail,
man,
I said it's somebody that I dated in the past. Like
I'm in love with alpha male now. We got 3 kids, and seven businesses, and we flew all over the country. And I was like, dang.
I would love to know where they are right now.
Man, that was.
But I don't mind that because my content, I don't really mind how you take it because if you've seen my work and how I don't speak like I know it all.
Right.
But I do speak from experience, and I just tell you what it is, and then you go from there. So I was surprised at how many people gravitated to the book, though. Because I said in the introduction, I said, I'm going to tell the truth, and if I sell as a reward. And pastors, I was invited to speak at churches.
Wow.
And I finally took on one, but from that first book.
Nice.
And because I was having men say, man, I leave the book on the nightstand and hope that she read it. And that's why I said in the book, too, I said, I'm going to say what you might not be able to hear from him because you have that emotional tie to him. So maybe if you hear it from a stranger, there might be some validity to things that he gripes about or what he's talking about,
Would you say you get more positive feedback?
Oh, way more.
Way more. Is it kind of even?
No, I would say way more positive.
Nice.
Surprisingly way more positive because I was really expecting it to be kind of 50. I didn't really know how it was going to go, but like I said, I'm going to just tell the truth. If I sell, it's my reward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to tell the truth, and if it sells,
then that's my reward. You know what I mean?
My man got hip-hop quotables and everything. I hear you, player. That's the alpha male talking.
I just wanted to be honest. And even in this rawness, I think if you look at it objectively, you could tell it's from a pure place that I wrote it from.
For sure.
Like
you
can
not
tell,
malicious.
yeah, it's not. Like
Right.
you can really tell, like he really is trying to get us to understand some things. Because just like in that book and everything else I do, I talk about myself too. I don't make it sound all peachy.
We got our shit
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
For sure. Your next book that you made after that was Alpha Male, right? Is that right? Life of
That
Alpha
it.
Male?
Yep.
Okay, and what brought you into that? So you got Dr. Ouch first, and then you go into Life of an Alpha Male. What brought you into that?
Because after Ouch Just Made Hurt, I explained my definition of alpha male in the first book in the perspective I was writing it from. So then I just decided I wanted to tell a story, and I wanted to kind of explain even further. Like the first one was kind of a self-help genre, but in a story form, kind of a lot of what I'm explaining in the book, but just a specific story about this guy and his walk and why he might behave the way that he behaves based on his walk of life.
Got you.
And that's when I came up with that book and the whole thing with putting them in therapy so you can understand the psyche. And people love that story too, yeah.
It's a good story, man. And from that story is when you brought it to life.
I brought it to life.
You brought it to life, and you made a film, and the film was amazing. You had some awesome actors on that, man.
Thank you. And I found the perfect guy to play Mason.
Oh man, we all know, brother Mason.
Yeah,
the man, awesome, man. Shout out to Asa, man. Did an excellent job with that entire piece, man.
Man, he
and the therapist. What was the therapist's name?
In real life,
yeah,
Cindy.
I love Cindy.
Yeah, and they both brought the book to life
really
perfectly.
did.
Because you read the book,
yep,
I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
I read
they
the book.
really like because that's the thing with a book. Sometimes it's like, is it going to live up to the hype of the story? But I feel like we cast it well, and I felt like they embodied the characters. Like I texted Awesome, I think maybe a couple weeks ago, just telling them I'm watching it again and. You killed it.
It's that good.
Yeah, it's that good,
man. And again, a plethora of positive reviews, right?
Yeah.
Like, yo,
the feedback on that was crazy.
Absolutely. You had some real spicy scenes up in there, man.
This is the Wiseman Production.
Can I help you?
I'm here to see the love doctor, Miss Evelyn Wilcox.
So yeah, man, tell me about you've been directing, you produce, you're doing the casting. Like, what is your favorite part of the whole entire process, and like, what does that process look like for you?
I love all of it.
My man.
I mean, I can't even tell you how much I love film, and like. I tell people all the time, like when you find like your passion or I would say purpose, there's a fulfillment that you can't even describe to people. Like it's hard, and I haven't made the money that I've made yet doing other things, but nothing makes me feel as good as when I'm filming. Nothing makes me feel good as it does when I'm writing a story, and I'm sitting there and I'm seeing it come together, and I'm because I hype myself up when I'm done. I'll be like, man. They're going to love this part right here. For real. I'm like, they're going to love this part right here. But, I mean, just to see, like, I got to keep it just me. Mm-hmm. To see God work through you, like, and you a vessel, and you like, when you done and you see it all put together, like, I did that.
I did that. We did that.
And so then, like you said, when you get to the next phase from writing, when you cast, and then I'm watching the actors in the room, and then that's when it becomes the we thing, because I'm like looking. I'm like, I remember dreaming of y'all. Yeah. And now everybody's sitting right in front of me.
Yeah, man.
All of the characters, and you get to see it come to life. So really, just all of the process. The worst process part is editing, but
Right. Oh man, we don't even want to talk about editing around
that
here.
tedious part is what I would say I love the least.
Yeah.
But I gotta be hands on with that too because I wanted to come out again like
I like that,
so,
man. I like that. And did you go through any like formal training to learn all of this stuff? Like, you know what I mean?
Nothing. This all gifted to.
I think that's
and learning and learning along the way.
Learning along
Trial
the way,
and
man.
error, yeah.
I think that's something that needs to be, said too, right? Like, don't get me wrong, informal training is great. You know what I mean? You want to add to your plethora of tools, but it's like you can't just sit around and say, I can't get it done because. Like, you want to get something done, go do it. You know what I mean? And that's part of the process. You learn it as you go and you get better during time. So like just like, ouch, this may hurt, and you move into on Life of an Alpha Male, you know what I mean? That was a jump. It was from this is the way I did it before, and now I know a little bit more. I'm a little bit more wiser, and I can wise man. You know what I mean? I can. You see what I did there? I just
but you really gotta trust what you've been given too.
Facts.
Because like sometimes it's two sides. You need to, of course, get as much information and education as you can on your craft.
Facts.
But some people are so much training that they're stuck in a box when they're creating.
Facts.
And that you can't even create. Just like you don't even try things because you like, no, the rule says
stay in line.
do it this way instead of like what looks good and what feels good to you. So
I agree,
yeah.
man. I agree.
So I feel like that's kind of been a part of the gift of everything is that I didn't have the training because then it's like it's my style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like nobody taught it to me. It's just my style.
I dig it, man. So you got all these projects, man. You got books. You got, and you know what? And that might be something StreamDMV might need to do too. Do like audio books on the StreamDMV. That might be something you need to look into, man. But we got the books going. You got the movies going. One of the things I really wanted to talk to you about was this series strategy, the battle within your mind, bruh. I want you to talk about. So when I seen this, I was like, "Oh, this boy good." Like it's different. It's different, right? I like the way. Well, first of all, let's tell the people what strategy is.
So strategy. One thing about strategy, before we go into what it is, strategy has much more work to do.
Okay.
To me, strategy can be a series that goes on and on and on. It doesn't have to be locked into those episodes. It was like the pandemic hit and stopped us and then kind of redirected what we were doing. But strategy is something I eventually see huge. Like it could be like Black Mirrors and one of them kind of different kind of series on network. So I'm just glad that StreamDMV gave me the opportunity to showcase it.
I think that one of my favorite choices with Black creators, us, is when we try to tackle a genre that we don't necessarily see us in, right? Like I think that we can do comedy easy, we can do drama easy, slavery easy, you know what I mean? But when we get into those pockets of like thrillers and like Nichelle Noel has a psycho thriller, like this is a dark.
It's dark.
It's a beautifully dark the depiction of everyday struggles that we have.
She wants to kill you. She wants all that you have.
Oh, I love it when a woman goes to her pastor for prayer.
Tony. Ships. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
so that mean you get it. Like
I completely
you said
get it.
Yeah, because like, but I got some backlash on that. Not on sites but people that text me, religious folk, because of the way I did it. Even though I'm a spiritual dude, but some people felt it was too dark.
And let's talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the questions that I had was, I wanted to ask you about your creative choices. Like, you could have went light, right? You could have went, oh, she I don't want to give away the movie.
Right, yeah, don't give it away.
it could have went and had a happy ending,
ending,
right? But instead, you chose the darker. Like, what was the reason for your creative choice for that?
Because, like, again, back to the Dr. Ouch thing, like, my style is thought-provoking. Mm-hmm. I said if I go happy ending, like, that's typical, but, like, I wanted somebody to watch it and maybe wake somebody up or learn something. Like, it could be somebody in that dark place. It could be somebody that's struggling with these battles and, like, understand how much life is about choices and which way you choose to go. And I was like, it's not always a happy ending.
Facts.
It's not. And so, like, some of the episodes were inspired, like the first episode was inspired by a dark place that I was in. And I consider myself to be a strong person.
Yeah.
And again, without giving it away, but I was in a dark place because I was trying to show that grief or life can have you in a place where you kind of getting swallowed by, and you like them thoughts get to going, and you like, you know what? Again, I ain't gonna give it away, but you know what? I'm ready. But you know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, I wanted to do something to just really show and how these choices affect everybody.
I agree, man. I think that and I like how you end every episode, which is like, what voices are you listening to? Mm-hmm. I think that's important. Like, I think that pulled it all together. When I first seen it, it was off-putting because the setting that you set, it was almost like a round table discussion of your soul, right? Of an individual soul. And I think what people don't pay attention to or maybe give credit to enough is that, we not just out here having a human experience. We are all spiritual beings, living a human experience. You know what I mean? And it's like, these things exist. You know what I mean? And you have to do the work that you need to do to, defeat these other forces that are against you. Because you're not just out here living lollygagging.
No.
Like, there's people out here that don't want you to succeed.
And so that's what that series is trying to bring awareness to, too. So, like, maybe if you're not conscious of that, watching it, you can realize, like, okay, I kind of see where he's going with it. I was kind of in that place and realize how real it is. So
Facts.
Yeah.
I had I want to ask questions, but I don't want to. I'm gonna stay away from them because I got questions, but I don't want to give away. Y'all gotta go to StreamDMV.com and y'all need to go watch the series because it's an excellent depiction of just life forces versus death forces, right? Like, and I think that you did an excellent job at showing that parallel or that what's the word? The verses, right?
And you could tell, is it me? Can you see it going on and on? Like, can you imagine that? Like,
I can. You got to think about it, man. Like, and I agree. In the same pocket with
because you can show so many scenarios, so many life scenarios,
things, right? Light and dark, right?
Light and dark, because they all wouldn't have that ending. You know what I mean?
For sure. I think it got legs, man. I would definitely stick with that, man, and figure out what creative choices you want to make in the future, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about that, right? You know what I mean? But like, I think it's awesome, dude. Keep doing what you're doing, man. For real.
Thank you.
What can people expect to get from Wise Man in the future, man?
You gotta follow me. We getting ready to cast for another masterpiece. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
Man, I'm in.
Yeah, we getting ready to cast, and we're gonna need a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this deep. This another one.
Another
out
feature
my
film,
box, and another one out the box.
My man. Well, look, we excited to see that, man. Yeah. Well, before we close out, man, I just want to know, like, where can people follow you? Where can people get information on you? How can they contact you?
Oh, and I'm sorry. And Life on Alpha Male will be streaming soon too.
Come on now.
For that, yeah. That's what's next.
Gotta get Life of an Alpha Male up on there.
Yeah, but they can follow me on Facebook, David Lloyd Marcus, and on IG at dr.ouch.
dr.ouch.
And our film page, Wiseman Productions.
My man. So make sure y'all go follow them. It's your boy Just Tim. Thank y'all for tuning in. Kareem on the stream, only on StreamDMV.com. Make sure y'all follow StreamDMV on IG. And if you want to follow me, you can holler at Hollywood Tim, 2 M's on IG. That's it. That's all. We'll see y'all later, man. Thanks for tuning in. StreamDMV.com.